Hey guys, my name is Isabella and welcome to my ASMR channel. So before we get into today's video, I just wanted to say that if you enjoy, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Also give this video a thumbs up, and if you're looking for extra videos by me, you can check out my Patreon, where for only $1 each month you can get 5 extra ASMR videos each and every month. But now let's get into today's video. In today's video will be a vlog. I went to Disney over the weekend. I went to Magic Kingdom specifically, and I just thought it would be fun to make it into a vlog to share with you guys, especially since things have changed a lot at Disney due to COVID and the new restrictions. So you'll notice in the video the park was a lot emptier than normal. There were a lot of signs up throughout the park about keeping your mask on, staying 6 feet away from others, and making sure to frequently wash your hands. There was also a decent amount of stuff that was closed, unfortunately, which we did not know until we got inside the park, but I thought I would share with you guys, and I hope you will enjoy this video. Let me know if you do enjoy this type of video, and I can definitely do more vlogs in the future. Okay guys, so I'm starting this video off by showing you my breakfast, which was from Dunkin'. I always still feel the need to say Dunkin' Donuts, but I know it's Dunkin' now, so I got an egg and cheese on a bagel and a cold brew before heading off to Magic Kingdom. So this is us just driving over to the park. It's really weird living within driving distance to Disney now. I associate going to Disney with being on vacation, so it's weird just casually driving there. But I also love driving and seeing all the palm trees in Florida. I've been living in Florida for about 2 months now, and it's still magical leaving my apartment and being surrounded by palm trees. So I hope that doesn't fade the longer that I live here, but right now I just really enjoy that and appreciate that every time I see palm trees. So this was us entering Magic Kingdom specifically, and it was really easy driving there. You just enter the parking lot and park your car. They show you where to park, and then you walk over to this area. You can either take the monorail or the ferry, and they have little dots on the ground to let you know where to stand so that you don't get too close to other people. And this is us just taking the ferry. It's a nice view. You pass the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian. I like the ferry because I feel like it just adds to the Disney experience, taking your little ferry boat over to the park. So now you can see Magic Kingdom off in the distance. You can see the castle, which they actually recently repainted the castle. It is now like a pink color, and the towers are like a purple blue color. So I personally think it's really pretty. It stands out and I really like it. This is us just walking to enter the park, and this is probably the closest that we were to people for this short period when you're kind of getting on and off the ferry. But we were pretty conscious throughout the day to make sure we didn't come within 6 feet of others, and now this is us just scanning ourselves into the park. And then we were in, and you can't really tell here, but once we really get in the park, you'll see just how empty it was. And just so crazy because I'm used to like not being able to even breathe when I'm in the park with so many people just, crowded around you constantly. So really having all this space to walk around was really nice, and I almost feel like I had like a better look at the park because I didn't have hundreds of thousands of people covering every inch. Like I could really just take in the whole park. I also noticed, as you can see on this trolley, Jack Sparrow. The first ride we went on was Pirates of the Caribbean. This is us on the ride, Pirates of the Caribbean. If you've been on the ride before, this is probably all looking very familiar to you. I just took short clips on the ride because I didn't want to bore anyone with footage of the ride if you've been on it already, but this was probably the highlight of our day. We actually got stuck on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride for like a half hour of just sitting in our boat. They actually turned the lights on in the ride and all the motorized stuff turned off, so it was really weird just seeing the set completely still and the lights were on, and they didn't tell us what went wrong with the ride. They just told us that they had to evacuate us from the ride. And you can see there were Disney employees. They got in little water suits and started pulling us towards their emergency exit area. I tried videotaping us getting off the ride because they took us backstage, so it was interesting to see. The footage is blurry here, but in a few moments it'll clear up. So right about here clears up. So they brought us backstage and they brought us to a back lot that I'm assuming must be just like behind the ride, and they had us walk around here, and then they led us over to an area where there were Disney employees who gave us bottles of water and free fast passes for any ride that we wanted, so that was really, really nice. This is us just walking around Frontierland, and I don't know if you noticed Chippendale were up on a balcony a few moments ago, so you could kind of see what I meant when I said characters were, up in places where people couldn't rush over to them. Next, we went on the Haunted Mansion ride, and the way they had the lines set up, even though lines were really short, they had the lines set up so that every 6 feet there was a sign that said, "Please wait here," and as the line progressed, you would just move up to the next "Please wait here" sign. So they really did a good job about keeping people separated and making sure you really didn't come too close to other people. And even on the rides, they really separated people. So if you went on like a roller coaster, the seats, like the 2 seats in front of you and behind you, would be empty. So they separated people by 6 feet on the rides as well. So yeah, we noticed for some reason that the Haunted Mansion ride seemed extra dark. Like obviously it's a dark ride, but we could barely make stuff out. So this is us in line for the Mine Train, and this is like a Snow White roller coaster, and it's, I think, fairly new, but this was my first time going on it, and it's a pretty tame roller coaster, but still fun. It's like 40 seconds long. It's super short, but I was nervous to film on it because I just envisioned myself dropping my camera, but I guess since this wasn't a crazy roller coaster, I was fine. So we went on that. It was fun. Next, we went on the Buzz Lightyear ride, and I beat John, which was honestly another highlight of the day. I was feeling very competitive on the Buzz Lightyear ride and feeling really good. You have to like shoot different targets, and that's how you get points. So beating him was extremely satisfying. And next we had lunch. I chose the Mickey waffle, which was so good. I literally inhaled it. Next, Splash Mountain. We used our fast pass on Splash Mountain, which actually had the longest line in the park, so it worked out. And it was fun. Probably the last time we'll be going on Splash Mountain before they redo it. But I got absolutely soaked. My camera got wet too. I almost thought that I broke my camera, but thankfully it seems fine. So Thunder Mountain Railroad we went on next. Always go on it when I go to Disney, but I always feel like motion sick after I go on it. So I don't know, I like going on it, but it's like the only ride at Disney that kind of makes me feel a little nauseous afterwards. Next we went on Space Mountain, which was so crazy because I actually was at Disney last summer, and I remember the line for Space Mountain must have been at least like 90 minutes long, and all of this area last summer was completely jam-packed. But when we went, we like literally walked on the ride. I think it was like a 20-minute wait, but us just leaving the park. It was an overall really nice day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I will see you in my next video.